Welcome to the Barbell Strikes Back. I'm James McDermott. I'm joined by co-host Miguel Porter and two special guests, Abby McCann and Maria Baughn, Albany CrossFit members and newly minted triathletes. It's exciting. So we are going to get to know all about Abby and Maria, their history with CrossFit, Albany CrossFit, and also, this triathlon we did because it's a huge accomplishment. It was a big moment for this year in our gym, and so we want to know all about it. So Abby, Maria, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Miguel, welcome back.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Got the coaching shirt on. Just got done coaching. Miguel, is your adrenaline going still from coaching, or are you on the downside end of that energy?
No, definitely on the downside.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, if for those who aren't coaches, like you get really hyped up and amped up for class, the energy is really, really high, and then if you have another class, you keep riding that and you do that one, or maybe you just crash for the rest of the day if you don't have another one. And it's Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and you've spent all of your emotional energy, in that class, and sometimes a nap helps, but then that could easily ruin your whole day.
Yeah.
Because you go down for a nap at, let's say, 11:30, you get home, and then if you wake up, I think at around noon, cool. If you wake up at 4, now that's a travesty. I've done that before. We've all done that. Have you guys all done that before? You go down to take a nap and just completely ruin your day?
Yeah, that's why I don't take naps very often.
No.
I hate them.
You hate them. They always start off like a good idea. They always start off upright. You sit down, and then you're like, well, let me do this. And let me do this. And I'll watch this TV show better from my side. And then the next thing you know, it's tomorrow. I've done that before. You go take a nap, and it's tomorrow. That's really upsetting.
Yeah.
I just always feel horrible when I wake up. Like my heart is racing. I feel like I just hate it.
Heart is racing. Well, let's dive into this here. We're going to get to know Abby and Maria, and I have a bunch of rapid fire questions to get us going. That way we're learning stuff. We're getting comfortable speaking to the millions of people that are going to watch this right now and in the future. So we'll go in order on my screen here. We'll go Maria, Abby, and then we'll get Miguel's answers, and I'll throw in some answers too, because that's just fun. So let's start off. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Dunkin'.
Abby?
Yeah, I'm definitely like a Dunkin' girly.
Okay.
We didn't have like Starbucks. Like when I was growing up, Starbucks was only in Barnes and Noble. So like Dunkin' was just the only thing we had. So I just keep going back.
Okay. All right. You're loyal.
Yeah.
Loyal to Dunkin'.
For
Miguel?
sure.
Stewart's.
Wow. All right. Miguel's got the Stewart's. All right. Loyal to the local brand.
Mhm.
I'm if I need it on the road, Starbucks, but I also prefer my own home brew. That's just the way to go. Sticking to coffee, Maria, iced or hot coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but
okay.
I like iced tea, so I'm gonna go iced.
Iced, okay. Get a nice iced tea from Dunkin'. Do they make
Yes.
that?
Yes, that's the best iced tea.
Now is
better
it
than
sweetened,
Starbucks.
unsweetened? What kind?
Unsweetened.
Unsweetened. See, I can't do unsweetened iced tea. If I'm having iced tea and it's not like normal hot tea, it's got to have how much sugar can you fit in the cup? Like it's just got to be like something that's not, beneficial at all.
I'm not a huge fan of like sweet drinks, so I like just like water and like black tea.
Just water and black tea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Hey, add
Pretty boring.
some heavy cream to that. No, I think that's the English tea. Like you can get like a Thai iced tea. That's a dangerous thing right there.
It's like coconut cream or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Now I want Thai food. Okay. Abby, iced or hot coffee? If you're a coffee drinker.
I don't really drink coffee in the mornings anymore, but like when I do, I do iced coffee.
Iced coffee. All right.
It goes down better.
Yeah. I feel like I already know Miguel's answer.
Actually, surprisingly, weekdays I'm a hot coffee drinker. I only drink iced on the weekends.
Oh, okay. Is hot coffee's more business? Iced coffee's more party?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, all right, interesting. I go through phases. I'm iced coffee. Well, there's not even ice in this. I've given up on the ice because I can fit more coffee and stuff in it without the ice. So I'm just having a cold coffee that I make at home. Yeah, just cold. Yeah, just like a cold brew. But yeah, I go through phases. Sometimes I get in the mood for hot coffee, and it becomes a little ritual in the morning. And then I get tired of making it, and I switch back to iced coffee. This is faster. Awesome. All right. Well, does everybody have their drinks of choice ready for this? I have mine.
Yeah.
Miguel has theirs. You guys are going
I
no
just-
drinks.
I just
I
have
just have
water.
my water.
All right, just water. Okay. All right. All right. That's good. I should have warned you guys in advance. But like, make sure you bring a drink. Because like if you're talking for an hour, you can get thirsty. Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, Maria? Where are we going?
I'm Trader Joe's.
You're gonna brave that parking lot?
Yeah, I go like at random times, or I park like in the other parking lot and just walk over.
Mm-hmm.
It works great, and it's right next to the gym, so I go
It
on the
is.
way home.
Super convenient.
Mhm.
Abby?
I mean, I normally shop at Hannaford's, but like I think I've been to both Whole Foods and Trader Joe's once, but I feel like Trader Joe's has a better, like the people are better there, so I'd probably do Trader Joe's.
Wait, you're saying the staff is friendlier at Trader Joe's?
Not just like the customers too. Like I feel like it's more like a friendly place to be. I don't know.
Abby, some of those customers might be listening right now. I'm kidding.
Probably. They'll find me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does seem cheerier in Trader Joe's. The environment's a little bit brighter. Everyone's wearing colorful clothing. You go over to Whole Foods, yeah, it's like a dark warehouse kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Miguel?
If I had to just choose between those two, it would be Trader Joe's. Yeah. I think Trader Joe's is more fun. That's the grocery store I go to if I'm just getting fun stuff.
Yeah, like they have fun like chips and like random stuff like that.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff.
I mean,
You can get lost there.
yeah. I just started buying their banana chips, and it's only like $1.49 for a big bag of banana chips, and now I'm addicted. But they got rid of my favorite Trader Joe's product, which was the chocolate-covered sesame seeds. They got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was so good. They were so good. I'm going Hannaford though, Abby. I'm going Hannaford.
Yeah.
I'm on a dried pineapple kick from them. I just keep getting. It's so good. I can eat like a whole bag. It's terrible.
I mean, hey, that's what it's meant for. It's meant for one serving. We know serving sizes aren't real anymore. If you can open the container, it's just as how long do you want to sit there and keep going? That's a serving size. Let's see here. Scary or funny movies? And I know movies could be a whole thing, but if you have to pick, you're at the movies, you want to see something, and these are the options. Which one are you going to?
Oh, funny for sure. Yeah, I'm not a big scary anything person. I get scared easily. Doesn't take much. So for sure, funny movies.
Are you ready, Maria, for spooky season? We're getting there.
I know. Went to Fright Fest in high school with my friends and had like a panic attack. It was really funny now.
A similar story to that.
It was so bad. They just kept chasing me with the chainsaw and I couldn't get out.
There's always chainsaws.
Yes, and he could find me. Like I saw him like 3 times. Just kept following me because he knew he could make me scared.
That's funny. Sometimes when you're in like a big party and like they see one person really freaked out, they'll like pull one of your friends aside and be like, "What's her name?" And they're like, "Oh, that's Maria." And then now you're like, "How did they know someone ratted you out?"
For sure. It's
awesome. Abby, where are we going?
I mean, I like a scary movie, but like I'd probably go for funny. But I feel like a scary movie is fun with like a group of people.
Yeah.
But just on the regular, I'd probably do funny.
It's funny. Both of them, you need like a crowded theater, to really enjoy it. Like you get the scary movie. If someone down below screaming, everyone's freaked out, or same thing with funny. If you go to an empty movie theater, it's kind of like, it's missing something. It's missing the people. You really need people for those. I want to see Abby and Maria go through a haunted house together. Maybe Abby's protecting Maria the whole time.
I feel like I could do it now. Like, yeah, it depends.
So you're leading the way, Abby. You have to go through the door
Sure.
first, and then Maria
Yes.
will go.
For
through.
sure.
Abby, would you tell the actors? Would you give them information on Maria? Would you?
No,
Would you,
not
no?
for Maria. Maybe like if it was someone else that like, but not, I wouldn't do that to Maria.
Okay, all right. So you're not the friend in the group that's like, oh yeah, that's
No.
Maria. She's really scared. All that stuff. Okay.
No, that's mean.
I have a lot of people that would do that. So.
Yeah. So.
Miguel, how about you?
My go-to is scary. I think just quality-wise, I think it's easier to find a really good scary movie than a really good funny movie.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm going scary too. You know, for same reasons. You know, it's really, really hit or miss with a funny movie, but a scary movie, it might be like, oh, it's bad, but it's bad in a good way, and it might be like a cult classic someday. And majority of my favorite movies are scary movies, so yeah, it kind of fits, or sci-fi movies. Well, let's do some workout related type questions now. Go-to workout song. This is the song that if you're going to put it on the gym playlist, which remember we have one, and you should send me songs to put on the gym playlist, or it's something that you're going for a run on your own. You're like, I have to listen to this song. The song pumps me up. What is it, Maria?
So I do listen to music when I run, but sometimes it's podcasts. Like I need someone talking. But at the gym, I feel like Eye of the Tiger is just like a classic, like pump up song. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Yeah.
That's a great pick.
The stairs.
That is on the playlist. Mm-hmm. So you're covered there. You're covered there. So now I know I need to pump up Maria. We'll run Eye of the Tiger right now, and we're going to get that PR.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Abby, how about you?
I feel like when I'm working out, I like listening to like EDM type music just because it's like keeps you pumped up. But I did put some of those songs on the Jam Wad, and you do play them usually when I'm there.
Awesome. I feel like we need more songs. Like we've gone through this list.
I know.
A playlist gets stale really, really quick, and it's funny how there's so many songs on there, and we've already gone through it a million times. So we got to get more songs on there. Actually, you know, a lot of the people that I emailed didn't participate. That's why we're in this situation. Miguel knows this pain because we have the same pain in Barbell Club where not everybody contributes enough songs or any songs, and then the rest of us are, you know, doing all the work here.
I like a lot of country music, but no one likes to listen to that when they're working out. So
hey, we could add in some country.
I'll try and find some good ones.
Yeah, there's got to be some good workoutable country. I mean, I don't know if it counts. At one point, we had Shania Twain on the Barbell Club playlist.
Mm-hmm. Shania Twain definitely counts.
It counts?
She
okay,
counts.
All right, she counts. All right. So, yeah, maybe we just need some Shania on that playlist.
Mm-hmm.
I'll handle it. I got it.
Sounds good.
But Miguel, how about you?
Recently, I've been listening to like older Jay-Z. So I put a couple more songs on our Barbell Club playlist. But yeah, again, I think that's our Barbell Club playlist is different than like CrossFit. Because I feel like I can put on like a song for one of my lifts and that's all I need. But for like a whole like 20-minute workout, it's really different.
Yeah. And the playlist kind of needs to change workout to workout. Like if we have a 20-minute AMRAP, it'd be good to have a different type of music or like theme, you know, like it might not be the best to have the supercharged, you know, go songs, or even Eye of the Tiger. Might like, how are you going to start off a 20-minute AMRAP with Eye of the Tiger and then like where does it go? Yeah. But if like we're doing Jackie or Fran or Diane where the workout might be done during the song, that really works, you know. So yeah, we need to start expanding our playlist library with workout type stuff.
Yeah, honestly, go ahead.
Oh no, keep going.
I was just say during the CrossFit workouts, I feel like I don't even hear the music. Like I'm just trying to keep going. So I just like don't even like notice the music going really. I was thinking about it yesterday, like just doesn't register.
But see, that's good. That means, Abby, that you're focused on the right things. You know?
Yeah.
Like there have been plenty of people at our gym and other gyms out there who are like, can you change the song? I'm like, Can you work out? Like, how about you work out? I don't even know how you know what's happening right now. Because I don't even know what songs. Like I'm not working out. I'm coaching. but I'm so not focused on the music that I don't even know
Same.
what song is
Yeah.
happening.
That's funny.
Miguel, how about you? Oh no, we already did Miguel.
Yeah.
Did Miguel, right? All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me because, like Abby said, I don't even hear it.
Yeah.
Favorite barbell exercise? A lot to pick from.
I'm gonna go with back squat. I think that's like the one that I've had like the most experience with, like in high school and stuff. So to see the progress has been nice. Like,
Did you
over the
PR
years.
recently in the total?
No, I got close to my 1 rep though. I was like 5 pounds away. I just
Okay.
didn't have enough time to finish.
Hey, you did a summer's worth of triathlon training, and then you got within 5 pounds of your back squat PR. That's pretty darn good.
Thank you.
Did you PR anything else during the CrossFit total?
I don't think so. I got like close on the strict press. I got the same, and then the deadlift I got close, but I just couldn't get over my PR.
Okay. Still a nice heavy day, and like I
Mhm.
said before, not too bad. So the back squat for Maria.
I think so, yeah.
Abby, how about you?
I feel like I still get like nervous when we do like barbell movements. So like I feel like the deadlift, just because I feel like it's the least dangerous. Like you can just drop it it's not like going over my head and I'm gonna like fall over. So I would say that.
Or it just doesn't go at all if you get stuck
which
on the
is
floor.
usually my case, but yeah.
Okay, all right, the deadlift, all right. Did you set any new records on the CrossFit total?
I
last
didn't
week?
make it to that class because I was out of town, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All right, so high likelihood we could have. We don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
maybe.
All right. The deadlift, great choice. Miguel?
At the moment, I'd probably say the clean, but it rotates.
Through the clean, the snatch, and the jerk?
Yeah. Well,
Is it ever the jerk?
No,
Yeah,
it's never the jerk, but yeah.
Okay, all right. I would say the snatch. I would say the snatch overall, but I don't know. Do you guys how you guys feel about this? Sometimes it's like like you're craving chocolate or you're craving something salty. It's like sometimes it's like I really like the snatch, but then other times like I have like a craving the back squat. Do you guys ever feel like that, or is that just me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that way, yeah.
Get that way where you're like
I would say that was yesterday for me. That's why I did the class, because I was thinking that we haven't done power cleans in Barbell Club in a while, so I was hoping to get some power cleans in.
Okay, I mean we could do power cleans, but remember, everybody wasn't happy when we did them.
Well, we did them in a hard way, so
yeah, it was crazy hard. I almost broke the Barbell Club last summer. Abby and Maria, they almost didn't make it. No one almost made it. Like we always have in our training cycles, very close moments where no one's gonna make it. Like that. There will be no survivors. But this was a particularly stressful time.
Like, what were you guys doing?
We did complexes.
Okay.
So we would do like what was it? 3 power snatches, 3 behind the neck push presses, and then 3 overhead squats was like one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 lifts without putting down the barbell. And then the power clean one was 3 power cleans. Did we do front squats, Miguel? You remember the power clean one?
I think so, yeah.
Or was it thrusters?
I think we changed it as we went week by week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, it was like power cleans, front squats, and push presses, something like that. It was like 9 lifts in a row, and anytime we get above 2.5 lifts, that's potentially a problem.
Yeah.
For someone in the barbell club. Awesome. Burpees or assault bike?
I said it depends on the day. Like yesterday, but the burpees felt good, and like the other day the assault bike was okay, but like if it's a large volume in a small amount of time, for honestly either one of them, that's what you said. I don't like it, but overall I don't know.
Wait, which one you don't like it?
bike.
Either one?
Yeah, if it's like 20 burpees in like less than a minute, I'm like, no, I'm good. But I'd say like the bike is easier to get through for me, so I'd say I don't like burpees. So I picked the bike. Sorry.
Those workouts where it
Cannot
starts
speak.
off at like 3 calories, 3 power cleans, 3 push-ups, then 6, then 9. Those are the best, when you have a bike involved, because all right, it's a little bit of bike in the beginning, and then later on you might be like, yeah, I really don't want to go back to those other things. So now I'm kind of stuck on the bike for a little bit. Abby, how about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say like it depends on like if it's a minute of doing it or like 20 minutes, because if it's like doing as many as you can in like a short period of time, I would pick burpees and not the calories on the bike. But if it's like a 20-minute thing, I'd rather like bike.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really like either of them, to be honest.
In a workout like that where it's 20 minutes, are you looking at the bike as like home base? Like, all right, I just have to get back to there, and then I can have some peace for a little bit.
Because I feel like it's easier to like just pace yourself on the bike and just like let yourself like not think. But like the burpees just are hard no matter what, I feel.
On the bike, if you just keep pedaling and moving those handles, it'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
If you just keep moving. But on the burpee, it's not getting done unless you go down to the floor and then decide to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Miguel?
Yeah, maybe I'm crazy, but it's burpee 100% of the time. Because, I mean, everything you guys are saying, I like feel the exact opposite. I'm like, I can always throw myself to the ground. But when I'm on the bike, I'll just stop.
Yeah.
I definitely take my feet off the pedals a lot, and I'll just pump my arms for a little bit, but I cannot continue on the bike at all.
Yeah.
I do the opposite of that. I like take my hands off a lot and just use my legs. But so that's funny.
What do we think about this? Like on the rower, you don't have that luxury. Like if you let go of the handle, you're done.
You're done.
Like I that's like one of my pet peeves on the bike is like that there are those little points where it's like, oh, I could just take my hands off and just bike with my legs, or I can put my feet up. Like I kind of dislike that about the bike.
Yeah.
It gives you the illusion that you're still moving.
Yeah, and you're still ticking away at the work, but I don't know. It kind of seems like, all right, you can get reps by doing less. Like it's like it's like you can't get your chin over the bar if you let go of the pull-up bar. But on this, you could still get credit by having your hands on or not. I guess it's not really an advantage because you're gonna go slower. You're just finishing now, but I don't know. For maybe getting a good workout, I think I'm against it. But I'm gonna go with burpee too. I've never had a problem with burpees. Maybe it's because I'm lower to the ground. I don't know. You can pace burpees, you can step them, you can do whatever you need to do. The bike, it just kind of feels like maybe like you're stuck in the mud. Like we're not going anywhere anytime soon, and we're all short-limbed individuals on this call. So maybe if we were taller like Josh, we'd feel different about it. But yeah, that's I would totally go burpee. Last question, rapid fire question, which hasn't been so rapid fire, but that's okay. Favorite type of workout? So this might be like you like the workouts that are like AMRAPs, short or long, or you like for time workouts, or you like strength workouts, Tabata workouts, every minute on the minute, cardio workouts, strength workouts. So like what kind of workout you see it and you're like, I'm going in today, I'm pumped?
For me, it's definitely like the strength weightlifting centered workouts. I like when it's like every 3 minutes, 1 to 5, whatever amount of reps we're doing that day of like clean snatches. I like that.
Just going
probably
heavy.
My favorite kind. Yeah, going heavy.
Now I'm skipping way, way ahead, but I remember at your triathlon, you mentioned that, never again, and you might be looking to put more focus on weightlifting stuff. And I know a place Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6:15 where you could definitely do that. And we'll have your favorite workout every day in Barbell Club.
We'll see about my work schedule. Maybe someday I'll join. I know.
These jobs. Yeah.
I know.
Wouldn't that be cool if your CrossFit coach could call your job and work the training into your schedule, and now it's part of your job to go and hey, all right, this is for Maria's health and fitness. This is the only time we have this available. You know, what if we did this and that, and what, like, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it would be nice.
Do you think
During
that'll
the day?
happen someday?
No.
Like in the world? No, you don't think that, like, almost like your doctor calling
Not
your
in
employer
America.
being like,
I was gonna say not in the US.
Not in America.
Not in the US?
No.
All right. Well, we need to fix that. We need to somehow get. We'll start now, while you're young. We'll build up President Abby, Vice President Maria, and then when you get in office, we can make this policy.
We'll rule the world.
No one would vote for us, so
No.
I like how Abby's like, no one's gonna vote for us, and Maria's just like, we'll rule the world, which is not what I said at all. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what goes into ruling the world. Actually, ruling the world involves conquering a lot of people, Maria. Which I'll help. Fine, all right, this is what we got to do. But
can put together an army.
Escalated really
of CrossFitters.
Army of CrossFitters. Hey, I mean that would work. They are.
I think
superhuman.
it would work.
Abby, how about you?
I was gonna say I like doing like the AMRAPs better because I feel like there's more flexibility in like working on a movement because you don't have to scale it so that you like finish in the time. So if you have like some toes to bar, I feel like usually you can like practice it, but in like a Metcon, like usually you just have to scale so that you can like finish. So I feel like you can like work more on skills in the AMRAP type.
Kind of like double unders. Okay.
Yeah.
You're deciding on this 20-minute AMRAP, you're going to spend specifically a minute just working on double unders, then move on. Versus if it's 5 rounds for time, you kind of got to get going.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We can go back to Maria real quick. Maria, is there like a specific strength workout? And then Abby, we can come back to you if there's like a named one that's like an AMRAP where you're like, oh, I love to do Cindy or Murph or something like that. Maria, what would the specific strength workout be? Is it just a heavy back squat?
Yeah, I like doing like more the weightlifting movements too, like cleans and snatches, just because sometimes it's nice to be able to work on technique because I haven't been doing them for many, many years. So it's nice if we have like a specific time, work on better technique, and then next time maybe go heavy or so. It's just a little bit. It builds in a little extra practice. So I like doing like I'd say probably snatches and cleans.
Oh, that's a great answer. And you and Abby last summer or early August last summer, you guys did a practice weightlifting meet. So you guys are multi-sport athletes. Abby, how about you? If you have is there a specific one?
I don't
or is it just any of them?
I don't really know the like name workouts like well or like at the top of my head, but I mean I like the one we did yesterday. Like it just I feel like it's like a good workout and you don't feel like you have to like skimp on like form just to finish. Like you can just take it as is because it's like we all stop at the same time.
Yeah, and it's a partner workout. It's a 21-minute AMRAP. So when Maria's going, you can rest a little bit, and you're only responsible for 5 power cleans instead of 10, so you can really make sure your form is good.
Yeah,
and probably challenge yourself with the weight too. Like if that was a solo workout, 155, 105, you have to do 10 of them. You might go 10 pounds lighter because like, well, I have to do 10 instead of 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Miguel, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say a longer AMRAP as well, like anything 15 minutes or longer. Because I like looking around the room and looking at the clock, looking around the room. I like to like see what my pace is on each round going through. And then I also like to pinpoint where people are at. Like if someone's faster, 100%. If someone's faster than me on like a certain movement, I try to catch them on the other and, see where the workout ends up.
Do you ever get in like a zone where you know exactly where everybody is? Yeah. Like do you know what round they're on or anything like that? Or you do?
For sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So remember that, Abby and Maria, that if Miguel's working out in the room, he knows exactly where you are. And if he's behind, he is doing everything in his power to catch up and get those points back.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'll again, it kind of depends. I like a nice a nice, low stakes back squat workout where like you can you don't even have to think, but maybe you think. Like sometimes I think a lot when I work out. Like I'll brainstorm or like I'll think about programming while I'm doing the workout. So like it's like to me it's almost like a back squat workout where it's not super crazy. It's almost like going for a long run where you're like just like with your thoughts and you're just like putting the weight on the bar, you're hitting your squat, you don't even hear the music, and I guess that's up to a certain number of reps. Like if the reps get crazy, then you're just thinking about the pain. But I also like that the workout, the Chief, 5 3-minute AMRAPs with 1 minute rest in between, 3, 6, 9 power cleans, push-ups, and air squats. Just because like the reps are low and you can like cycle through, and it's just a fun workout. I really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our rapid fire, our rapid not so fire. We just learned a lot of CrossFit stuff about everybody, and also like fun coffee things. Now we all know at Trader Joe's. Let's talk now about your sports and training history before CrossFit. So we'll start with Maria. Give us some notes on what is it that you used to do before CrossFit. Did you play any other sports or other activities?
So in high school, I started with cross country for a few years and then realized I really hated running. So I stuck it out for like a couple years after I discovered I hated running because I liked the team aspect of it. I was very like, I'll cheer for you, but I don't want to do it. So
that's funny. A team can keep you going for a couple of years,
And then I would do track, and since I didn't like running, I threw. So I did shot put and discus throughout high school. Wasn't very good, but it was fun, and we got to go into the weight room more than like the runners did, so that was fun. And then I played soccer in high school. And then once I graduated, I obviously did not play any sports in college. But I would go to the gym as like kind of like stress relief, but I didn't do much strength training. I just basically like would walk on the treadmill or elliptical or something for cardio just because I needed like a break and
mental break.
Yeah. And then I decided I want to try CrossFit, and here I am now. Yes. Here we are.
With that's pretty cool that you did discus and shot put. That'd be a cool thing, if there was like an adults level for that. I don't know if there is on like right now, if any of us wanted to like go and do like recreational shot put or that aspect of track and field. Is that a thing, Miguel? Do you know?
There are throwing clubs. Yeah, there's actually
really
in the area. He goes to CrossFit Schenectady. He's done a couple meets at our gym also. But
Sawyer, right?
Chris
Sawyer?
he's a coach, a throwing coach at the high school that I went to. Yeah, and they have like a Capital Region like throwing club. The thing is, throwing itself is like always a part of different sports.
Right.
So I know he does the like
piling
games. Is it where yeah, exactly, like throwing the log and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I might have drove by him on the way home today. Yeah, sometimes it's just like a small group of people and they just get together and throw and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, Maria, we might need to get you in one of these throwing competitions.
See, and then I also did like recreational gymnastics when I was younger, and then through high school I did that. I forgot about that one, but yeah.
Yep.
Just for fun.
And it's great to have that gymnastics space. You're always doing cartwheels in class.
Yes.
Kicking into the handstands. Cartwheels are fun.
Yes.
Abby, how about you?
I did sports, but like I did field hockey when I was in middle school, and then I did tennis throughout high school. But I just like, I told Maria this, like, I just like hated playing, like, I just like wasn't big into sports because I hated playing like, I just hated the competition aspect of it. Like, I'd rather just do something where I'm like competing against myself, but they didn't really, I feel like they don't really have that in high school. So, I mean, I just like did it to do it, but I feel like I was more focused on like my academics in high school. And then when I went to college, I don't even remember like what I did, but I think I just would like go to the gym, like you were saying. Like I wasn't serious about like lifting weights at the time. And then I started CrossFit like once I was in grad school. But I feel like I just kind of like jumped around before I had like a actual schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that you didn't like the competitive aspect of it just because of the way it makes people sometimes? Like people are like overly competitive and they freak out, or just
Well, I always, like,
that kind of thing?
Yeah, I always tell people like at least in my high school, like the tennis teams, like we don't have refs. So like you just have to ref your own game. And that's like really hard to like watch like the lines when the ball's like behind you. And then like if you called it out, the girls would like, they'd be like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, yeah, like what do you like it just was so like tense and like awkward. And like, I don't know, I would rather just do like, I like how CrossFit's like a competition, but you're not really worried about what other people are doing.
I used to play a lot of tennis, and it's funny when you just said, "Are you sure?" Like I can hear the way she said it. It's not that she asked. It's okay that she asked.
No, because they're saying like, they're like, "I'm watching you." That's like what they mean by it.
And you know she thinks it's in, and now you got to have this.
And she probably is right. I just like can't watch. You can't like watch the line at the same time. Like I just like didn't enjoy. I'd enjoy the games, but like I like practice and like my team and everything.
Have you challenged Shy to a tennis match yet?
No, I mean I would play like for fun. He would like definitely crush me, but I would do like a game.
See, you have to move him around the court. He's very fast, but you just got to tire him out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
All right. We have a whole history of Miguel's background and everything. This is the Abby and Maria portion now. Abby and Maria, if you guys go way back into the archives of the podcast, you can find Miguel's origin stories and all these, which is funny because they're very similar to yours, right, Miguel?
Yeah. I just kind of bounced around in high school, did a lot of stuff. I was also the same, and like I didn't actually like games, or I remember specifically when I did volleyball, because I didn't play that much, I would go on runs after I got home from my game because I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Were you the bench warmer?
It was not really, but like even in a 5 kind of set game, you feel like you didn't really do all that much moving around, or like practice always seemed like more than the actual game.
Makes sense. What were you saying, Maria?
I was the bench warmer in soccer. I stressed me out to play in the game, but I loved practice because we ran a lot. Like I was like, oh, I'm getting in shape. But I did not want to be out there and get the ball to me because I would panic.
It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I played like first singles, which is like the best position. I think I played that like once and I lost like 6-0, 6-0. And I like walked off the court and my coach was like, "Are you okay?" But I was just like, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, it happens. You can really beat yourself up in tennis if you have a bad day.
Yeah.
How did you guys find the gym, and what even got you interested in CrossFit in the first place? Maria?
So obviously I have a background with gymnastics. Like I didn't do it as much as others have, but I did like a deep, like I was always knowledgeable on the sport. So I followed a lot of like famous gymnasts and college gymnasts, and my Instagram feed would just come up with CrossFit videos because everyone is kind of like, not everyone, there's some like overlap, obviously. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, you can do gymnastics in your workout, and these are older people. They're not, 6-year-olds, 10-year-olds. So I did like a little bit more research on CrossFit, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's like everything all in one. And we, like, every time my mom would go to the mall, we would always go that way, like in the back. So I would see that sign all the time. And I'm like, if I'm really going to do this, then I should just go here because I know exactly where it is and whatever. So I called one day, and the rest is history.
And so at Albany CrossFit, that was your first CrossFit experience?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember your first workout?
I remember I felt like I was going to throw up on ramp. I don't remember what my first class workout was, but I was like, man, this is hard. I think it was something with wall balls and something else. And I was like, okay. And rowing, I think.
Yeah, that was one of them. If it was your first one, it probably would have been air squats, ring rows, and sit-ups, something like that, for the first on-ramp workout.
Okay, then the second one, I definitely was like, okay, this is harder.
The second one was probably Diane, some deadlifts and some handstand push-ups.
Mm-hmm. But I survived.
What year was that?
It was 21, because it was right after like the vaccines rolled out, so I didn't have to wear a mask if I was vaccinated. It was June. Yeah, 3 years. No, 2 years. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
Well, it feels like 10 years. 2021 was a long time ago now.
The last 5 years are like a blur, so they all blur into one. But yeah, it was right before my senior year of college.
Okay, and all right. So 2021, you come in and you're trying CrossFit for the first time. Were you scared to come into the gym? Was it a scary place? All the equipment, people.
I don't think I was excited to try something new and like actually have a schedule, because I was doing a lot of, during COVID, it was a lot of like, I was trying to stay active. So I was using like the Nike app and doing like these videos before classes. And I was excited to get into an actual gym. And I had done enough, like I'd seen enough videos where I was like, okay, I know kind of what to expect when I go in there. And I was just more excited than anything. I was a little bit nervous, but I'm nervous for everything, so that doesn't.
Every class, a little nervous.
Everything new, I'm always nervous for, but.
I think that's a good thing, because it means you care about it, right? You're like, all right, I'm excited to go do this. This is going to be a new thing in my life, and you care about it, so it's okay to have a little bit of nerves. And
everyone was supportive. Like, everyone was very, encouraging, and like I like the community that we have, so that made it easier as well.
Awesome. Abby, how about you? How'd you find Albany CrossFit, and what made you interested in CrossFit?
I feel like I first heard about, I can't even remember when I first heard about CrossFit. I feel like I used to watch this woman that would make YouTube videos about like weightlifting, and she did like a video with like CrossFitters doing CrossFit for the first time, and it just like looked really fun. So like I think that was why I wanted to try it. And then I don't know. I think like I knew somebody that did CrossFit, and like they were just the type of person that like put me down all the time and things like that. So when I got away from them, I kind of wanted to try CrossFit, not as like a fuck you to that person, but like just to prove to myself I could like do it. So that was like how I started at Albany, because it was like, I think I started in January, so it was like my New Year's resolution in January 2022, and then I've just like stuck with it since then.
I like that. CrossFit out of spite.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
show that person,
like a spiteful, just to like prove that I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good that they were putting you down.
Yeah,
Like, is
yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm like, was that like from like an athletic standpoint? They're like, all right, you can't, like I'm better than you or something like that.
No. I mean, it's irrelevant, but that was kind of just what like drove me to CrossFit was like that experience. But yeah, I mean, glad that I'm here now.
Yeah. Well, and it's cool that you found a positive video on YouTube because,
Yeah.
oh boy, there are a lot of videos that aren't, in favor of CrossFit. And it's just funny how no matter who it is, like someone out there, some talking head on a video, like, hello, like us, it could sway one person one way or another on making a pretty big life decision, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think if you click the wrong video and they were like, don't do CrossFit, it's bad, blah, blah, and you didn't do it, think now about all the things that you wouldn't have done or experienced. You did this triathlon, which kind of piggybacked off of CrossFit. You've accomplished a lot of things in the gym. You've done the CrossFit Open, you've done CrossFit competitions, you've done weightlifting meets. So it's like countless
it's
PRs.
like a butterfly effect, but like it all worked out for the best, I feel.
Yeah. Does it make you think about like the other way? Like you found the negative video and then like A went to B, a new B, and then a C, and now you're a multimillionaire. Like you never know what.
Yeah.
You never know. I think about these things, Miguel. You never know what's. I decided to get up at on the hour instead of 05 and hit the snooze. Who knows how that changed my day and the rest of my life now? You never know. Probably not a whole lot. What have you learned about yourself with your CrossFit training versus before? Maria.
So I think I just learned that I have more self-discipline than I think I do. Like I can compartmentalize and go to the gym, but like doing things at home is hard because I don't really like it. But so I learned that that I have more self-discipline, and I also learned that like my body is more capable of doing things than my mind thinks it is. Sometimes, I don't think looking at that weight, I can't do that, but then you try it and you're like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. So I think it's just learning that you're more capable of you might be more capable of what you think you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Abby, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have a similar answer, but like also I just feel like I have more like confidence because like that was part of the reason why I like did it in the first place because it was at that point from that situation like I didn't. So like I feel like I've had more just like confidence since I started, even though I'm still like obviously like I feel like I'm like a beginner CrossFitter like physically, but just like the whole everything that like comes with it. Just feel like I'm like feel better mentally.
Are you guys both noticing like that confidence and that belief in yourself? It's trickled way outside of the gym. Like, if you have to go for a job interview, if you're at the grocery store and someone's doing something crazy, like, or you're stuck in traffic, you're more patient. Have you guys noticed that CrossFit has affected your whole demeanor and the way you are in life outside the gym?
I think so. I mean, you might not realize it in the moment, but looking back, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not as nervous for that, or I am more confident in this situation. So, yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely helped.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like pinpoint if it's like CrossFit, but I feel like it definitely has like helped me just like in a lot of ways. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you get a new back squat PR and then you go to Hannaford and you're like, I did something today. Like you look around and you're like more than likely no one else in the store did something that big in their life, and accomplished something. It's like Miguel and I have talked about this before. Miguel walks into Trader Joe's and he might be the strongest person in Trader Joe's at any given point during the day. I'd be willing to bet on it. Let's go to Trader Joe's right after this. We'll find out. We'll see if we can find someone, someone's stronger. But it's just it changes you inside and outside.
For sure.
The training. What are some of the things that you guys are most proud of that you've accomplished in the gym?
I think doing that competition was really fun. I mean, it was a new experience and got to see like how other, like we were still competing against others, but it was still fun to, you know, push ourselves and work as a team.
Competition?
The CrossFit competition that we did last year.
Oh, the summer solstice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was really fun. And just, I
The
don't
Swole
know.
sisters.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, you guys
improving
killed
all
it.
the time. Just constantly like having something to like reach for, and then when you meet it, you're like, oh, and like just constantly getting better and seeing different changes.
See that? Abby, how about you?
What was it? What you're most proud of? You said.
Yeah, like it could be PRs, it could be moments, it could be something that
Um,
you never thought you'd do before, you know.
I feel like just trying things that like scare me initially, and just still like going through and like seeing it to the end. Because like I definitely was nervous to start CrossFit because I'd never done it before, and like obviously was starting alone, and like everybody's always like really fit and stuff. So like I was nervous to do that, and then like I was nervous to do like the CrossFit competition, and obviously like the triathlon and everything. But like I'm like happy that I like went through with it, even though I was like kind of scared to do them all.
It's funny that like beginner perspective or new member perspective, like they come into the gym and you're like, oh, everyone's so fit.
So fit.
But if you ask all those people, they're like hey, me, you know, like I just started Tuesday, you know. It's just because like now you're in that position where like you guys are in class together and some new person joins and they're like, look at these girls, they're so strong and everything, and they're like intimidated by you now.
Right,
and like do you ever think about that?
Yeah. And just like everyone knows what they're doing, and like they all know each other. So like I was nervous just to like come into that. But obviously everybody was like super nice.
Yeah. Like the first day of school.
Yeah.
First day
Without the bullies.
Yeah, that's yeah. We don't have bullies.
No.
The closest thing you have to a bully in CrossFit is probably the coach, who's just like, you have to do more burpees, you know, or you have to go faster, or this or that. But it's coming from it's not even bullying; it's just coming from a caring point. Let's see here. Well, let's dive into the triathlon. So, why did you guys both decide to do a triathlon? How did this conversation start? When did it start? Take us through it.
I don't even know when it started, to be honest. I've always wanted to do one, but I knew my cousin did them when she was like really young, so she did like kids ones. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm too old to do a child one right now because I was like in high school. But I don't think I can do like a regular one. And I didn't know that there was different like distances and everything like that. I was just like, oh, I don't think I could do one anymore because I'm not a child. I didn't know
you guys
sprint
did
triathlon.
A full, right? This is the big.
We did a sprint triathlon. So
they get bigger. Okay.
Yeah, they get their sprint Olympic.
And then half Ironman, I think.
And then half, and then full. I think there might be another. I think there might be super sprint as well, but they're not as popular. There's not as many of those.
So this
there are
sprint
definitely
was a 0.5 mile swim, an 18 mile bike, and then how many miles on the run? The 5K?
Yes. So
usually the bike is like 12. Like I think the standard is like a 12-mile bike ride, but this was 18.
Okay.
This was a little bit over a sprint. It was like
an extra bike.
For no reason.
Yeah. The hardest bike course.
Oh, you didn't want to do extra bikes all through the hills and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no reason this couldn't have been a 12-mile bike. Like I just don't understand, but it's fine.
I can just imagine Abby on the bike the whole time, just super like I could be done right now after 12 miles.
The first time that we did the course, that's exactly was my thought process. I was just angry the whole time for like 2 hours. It was like, this sucks.
That's funny. Was this Abby's idea or Maria's idea?
I think we were just like, Yeah, like I think we were talking one day, and
I feel like
we
I
were
just was like saying I wanted to do a triathlon, and you did too. And then we just went back and forth for a while, and then like once it got closer, I was like, okay, are we like serious about
Yeah.
this? And then it was kind of just like that.
And I think you said way back, Abby, that you did like a college course, a
Yeah.
triathlon course or something like that.
Yeah, like when I was in college, I took a bunch of like their gym classes, and so whenever I would sign up for classes, I always saw the like triathlon training class, but it was like only in the spring. So, and I obviously had like classes I needed to take. So my senior year of the spring semester, I took the triathlon training class, and it was just like so fun. Like it was just like such a good time, and like the coach was really nice, and he like I feel like we learned so much doing it. But I never got to like do the triathlon because COVID happened. So then like it was really hard during COVID because there wasn't like the pools were always closed, and like I just didn't have anybody to train with. And then when I got to CrossFit and like Maria said she would do it, I was like, oh, like we should do it together.
Yeah, gotta take advantage of this opportunity. Like it's been almost 4 years in the making.
Yeah.
And you know, you took that course. So the course was supposed to end with a triathlon. You get to do the
I mean, it was like we would have swam in a pool and then biked on stationary bikes because it was just like in the confines of college. But I don't know. It was just like so fun, and like I really wanted to do like an actual one because I never did. So
those are the best college courses. Like it would be so cool if there was like a weightlifting course you could take at like Siena or something where for the majority of the semester you learn about weightlifting, you train weightlifting, and then you do a meet at the end of it. Like that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool
yeah,
to do.
that would be fun.
We got to get that going, Miguel. All right, add that to the list.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down. So we decide to do one, and so then we have to obviously train for it. You know, we got to at least feel prepared. So you guys found an online training program. You found a couple of them, and we compared them, and I think we took a little bit of everything. Right? Is that what we did? We kind of mushed them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just Googled like sprint triathlon training plans, and like they were probably the first two that came up. And then we just kind of like I don't think we wanted to do 6 days a week, so we just did the 5-day one. And like mixed and matched. I mean, like we obviously didn't have like a super professional training program or anything. We just kind of went by the seat of our pants, but
I think that's okay because like it's your first one.
Yeah, like,
and like just doing anything it's gonna work. You know, like you just have to get in the water and get some experience there. Get on the bike.
Yeah, like I just hadn't done any of those 3 things. I mean, obviously we like run, but I don't really like seriously run, so I feel like we just had to build up from like 0, or at least I did.
Yeah. The swimming,
did you feel like
I definitely had to
your
do
CrossFit
that,
fitness helped you?
For sure.
I think,
I think so.
Maybe not with everything. Like it's still different getting in the water. Like
yeah. But
oh, go ahead.
No, finish. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, it helped, but I still felt like I wasn't really good at any of the 3 things and had to like really, I mean, because the people in the race like finish so fast. Like I'm just like can't believe it. So I mean, I feel like it helped, obviously, but I definitely would need to like practice more.
I feel like
the one guy finished what, an hour 22?
Yeah, he finished the whole thing in last time it took us to do the bike. But I feel like I was watching like a couple videos. I was doing some research whenever I had some time, and it's like 3 separate sports all into one. And I think that at least I kept forgetting that it's not just like, oh, I'm training for the swim. Like people do just swimming for like not a living, but that is like their sport of choice. And so they might be swimming for like 20 years and then decide to do a triathlon. And then they just have to, brush up on 2 of the 3 pieces. But we really, like, the only thing we really had experience in is running. And like I said, I hate running. So it was kind of, we just had to start from the ground up. But
Yeah.
And that's fun. That's exciting. It's like, and now it probably felt like a long buildup. And then that day you woke up and you blinked and it was over.
yeah.
And now you're here talking about it a couple weeks later. It's funny how it just flies by.
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys stick to full 5 days of like triathlon training and then like also drop into the gym?
Yes.
I only came to the gym usually like once a week.
Yeah.
But like I really tried to stick to the 5 days because like I was so worried about the race that I didn't feel like I could take a day off. But like I did like not come to CrossFit a lot when we were training.
Yeah, my work schedule, like, I would work at nights at the end of the week. So I had to make that 5 to 6 days work around my work day. So like my off day was always the day that I worked. And I would try and come to CrossFit. Like at the beginning, I was trying like twice a week. But then once the bike rides got longer, it just like time. We just didn't have time.
Weren't you
but
doubling up too? Like you'd do the CrossFit workout and then go to the pool or something like that?
Yeah, we did that for like a couple of months on Tuesdays. Well, for me, I would
like before we like officially started.
Right. Once we were swimming, we were getting used to swimming. We would do CrossFit on Tuesdays and then go to swimming after.
Yeah.
And then Thursdays we would swim. But
you can only do that for so long until you're like, in the beginning you're like figuring out swimming and you don't know how to go hard on swimming. So you're just kind of like just getting through it. But then once you start to get a little more proficient at the swimming, you're like, I'm not doing 100 push-ups and then trying to go and do this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
Well, because then, go ahead.
To your question, Miguel, on what was your question again? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to see, like, I mean, for me, training 5 times a week itself is tough. So adding in CrossFit classes with that too is like insane.
Yeah, and you guys had to, make sure your nutrition was going to be able to handle all that.
Yeah.
Did you guys change a lot there? Start eating more food, hydrating more?
That is an area that I tried to make some changes, but like I would make sure that I had like a Cliff Bar with me so that I had like, if going in between swimming and CrossFit, I would make sure that I had a snack in between so that I could replenish what I had lost from the workout before, and trying to stay away from more hydration. I used a lot of the electrolyte packs. I would do that a lot.
Element.
And I liked those. Yeah.
Shout out to Element, unofficial sponsor of the show.
Yes.
Someday.
But yeah, I could have spent more time on nutrition, but I just always felt like I was in a rush as well. Just every day, not because of the training, just because of work and the training. So had to build in different things in between there.
How about you, Abby?
Yeah, I mean, I know like every adult struggles with this, but it's just so hard to like think of meals to eat, go to the grocery store, come back, cook, clean. It's like 8 p.m. at this point, like clean the kitchen. So like I definitely didn't do as much in terms, like I don't even remember what I was like eating, but I didn't really change anything just because like, especially when we would work out twice a day, like I get home, it's like 7:30 p.m. and like the last thing I want to do is like cook dinner. So I don't know. That part was really hard, I feel, for me, but yeah, I mean, I like tried my best.
It's all you can do. And I have this conversation with myself often where like you look in the mirror and you're like, you are an adult.
Yeah.
Like you ever have this conversation with yourself where you're like, I just don't understand why we can't do this. Like do we just not have the skills? Is it a willpower thing? Am I being lazy? You're not a child. Stop eating like a child. You're an adult. Like you just want to grab yourself by the head and shake your head, and like you are a grown adult. You're in your 30s, or at least I am. Like you should be able to have a handle on this. Do you think there should be like how there's like CrossFit now is like the predominant fitness thing for adults and also other age groups, but like do you think that there should be like a kitchen gym where like, all right, you go and you learn how to like what everything in the kitchen does, how to operate the oven, how to clean it as you cook, how to cook a steak, how to do this, that, and like essentially take care of yourself like an adult home ec.
Yeah.
I think the thing really is the timing though. I mean, even like you go, like I'll watch YouTubers or like even you go on TikTok and it's the same thing. And I just feel like everyone's a liar, They're like, you can cook this in 30 minutes. And I'm like an hour and a half later just finishing up. And I'm like, there's no way.
Well, and plus like, it's like, it's going to take me 30 minutes to find the right songs to play while I'm making this thing, I got to find a podcast to listen to. Like I got to figure out my entertainment while I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah. I tried meal prep, but I get lazy a lot. I've been using another unofficial shout out. I've been using Factor lately because they just send the meals already made, and then I don't have to think about anything. I just pick the ones I want and eat them, and they're pretty good. It's a vegetable, protein, and like a carb usually, and then I add fruit. So I was doing that at the end actually of the training. But
you just got to find something that keeps you, consistent. If I'm not being lazy, I try to do things where it's like, okay, I'm doing this now for future James. Tomorrow James. It's like, all right, it's just going to take, I want to go to bed, but if I just sacrifice from current James right now 5 to 10 more minutes to pack up this one thing for future James will appreciate it. And now future James doesn't have to try to do this in the morning when he's trying to get out the door, which means maybe sacrificing things. So it's like you almost have to look at it like, so a lot of people will do things for other people, but not themselves. So if you just treat yourself as split personalities, you're like, you can put that people pleasing or that taking care of other people into yourself. Like, like I just had this conversation with an athlete the other day. They're like, oh yeah, I haven't had, been able to do my training and stuff like that. And, but I'm like, yeah, but you were going to school and you knew it was going to be, don't be harder on yourself because you're trying to make yourself better. Like you decided to do that and you knew your schedule was going to be crazy. So don't beat yourself up about it now that training's hard because you already knew you weren't going to be able to do a lot of training, So you just have to treat yourself like a separate person. Like you have to be like, all right, this is for Miguel next week. And Miguel next week is going to appreciate it if current Miguel, does this for him.
I talk to myself a lot, so that should work.
Yeah. Do you call yourself different than like you're Maria and that's Maria B,
No, I'm like, oh, you idiot. Why did you do that? I say that a lot. So I have to work on better, but
you have to more positive, loving.
Yeah, more positive, but
yeah, it was like we have such like negative self-talk. Like like we'll be like I don't know.
Yeah, don't talk to yourself like that. That's where you got to look at the mirror and be it's almost like you have to look at the mirror and like draw like a fake mustache or glasses on it or take off your glasses, so it looks like a different person, to be like, and like have a conversation with Abby and be like, well, don't be mean to Abby either. Be real with Abby, but don't put Abby down, because you wouldn't say that to another person.
Right.
So it's like, why say it to yourself?
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
it's easy. It's so easy to say it to yourself. What did you guys' families think about this? Like, and when did you break it to them? Like, hey, we're going to do a triathlon on this date.
They were supportive. Like, my parents have always been supportive in like anything that we do, even when I'm like not playing. Like, they're going to be at everything. So, and my dad has done marathons in the past, so it was kind of like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go watch a different race. It's been a while, so they were very supportive. My dad had said before that if he ever did a triathlon, it would have been the one that we did because of the training program that they have with it. So he had heard about it before, and yeah, I don't know when I think when we started swimming, I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna start training for a triathlon. Like, oh, good for you.
And we got to meet your mom, and we got to meet both of your families at the race, and they were all very nice, and they were excited for you guys. So that was cool. Abby, when did you tell your family?
I think they've always known I wanted to do one because when I was taking the class, my mom, she like bought me my bike that I used. So she knew I like had wanted to do it. And then I feel like I told them like, well, because I took swimming lessons in January. So I probably like said it around that time that I was like planning on doing it. And then, yeah, I mean, they were like really supportive. They like would always ask me questions about it and ask how it's going. So always,
that's cool. So yeah, wow, I didn't realize you had the bike all the way back.
Yeah, no, I got it in like 2021 probably.
Okay, wow. Yeah, those bikes are cool. Like we saw, you guys had they're super light, right?
I mean, mine's like not like mine's like a lower end like road bike.
Same.
Yeah.
Mine's a hybrid.
Some of those people, it looked like something from the movie Tron, where they're like going on the like with the wheels and everything. Some of these people had like really elaborate bikes that it probably weighed like 5 ounces, and it's just zipping all over the place, and they're like super thin.
Yeah, that would be nice.
The people next to me, I was like, oh gosh, these people are legit.
Yeah, you were at the end of the bike corral next to like all these bikes, and like if you're like, wow, that's like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of bikes.
Yeah, that's what my dad was doing. He was like, that bike there, it's probably about $12,000. I'm like, why are you looking them up?
That's totally a dad thing to do, to start pricing out all the bikes that are there.
Yeah. He has a nice one, but it's like 25 years old. So.
And the suits you guys had, they were wetsuits. The cool thing that I saw on the wetsuit is at the small of the back, there's like a pocket where you can like keep things or keep snacks. And like in a weightlifting singlet, there's nothing like that. But like a snack pouch would be cool to have on the back. I mean.
Well, I mean, they're going for multiple hours, and we're going for a couple seconds.
Hey, when you need a snack, you could a little piece of chalk back there, an emergency thumb tape, stuff like that. I could definitely see that.
Design.
Should. Yeah. A little patent design.
Singlet.
And we'll sell a lot of them because it'll be the new thing for a while, and people won't really realize that they don't have anything to put in that pocket until it's too late. And then we fade away into the shadows, no longer a company after we sold a lot of them.
Get all your money and then fade away.
Like every 5 years, there's a company in weightlifting that pops up like that, where they'll be the new big thing. They'll be the sponsor for everything. They have new technology, and then boom, they're gone. After that, right around when people start to like have to like return their shoes, they're like, are our shoes supposed to come apart? Like the sole of it. And then right around there, that's when they kind of bounce. There have been many companies like that. Well, let's go through the race. So you had to wake up crack of dawn, like 4 a.m. probably, right? To get there and check in.
I woke up at like 5:30, I think.
Yeah, I think I was up at around 5:30. Yeah. I did as much as I possibly could so that I could sleep as late as I possibly could.
Was it like packing the night before, like you're going to go on a flight the next day?
Yeah.
Like you got to lay it all out on the bed and then make sure it's all loaded?
Yeah, I laid everything out.
Yeah, I have a very sporadic kind of packing style, so I was just sitting there like, I don't know what else I need. Like, it was really funny.
I feel like your packing style and Abby's packing styles have got to be a little bit different.
I'm sure.
Abby, are you like everything is on the bed and I can see everything and I'm doing inventory and accounting?
Yeah, I had it like laid out because people always like, I feel like triathletes always like lay everything out and then they'll like take a picture of it. Like I saw a bunch of pictures of that. So I like
that.
Wait, what?
Did you take the picture?
No, I didn't take a picture. I laid everything out on the floor just to make sure I had it, and then I think in the morning I packed everything.
I knew I wanted to bring a bucket so that I could sit on it. And I knew that we had the bucket, but I knew it was going to have to get, I didn't know it was going to have to get cleaned. So like I had to spend like 20 minutes outside cleaning the bucket before I could put everything in it. and then I had to like, I don't know. I was all over the place.
I wasn't expecting the bucket. And when you had it there, I didn't realize that was like your suitcase where you had you're putting everything in just a random bucket.
No,
but it works.
The bucket's fairly common. I feel like I always used to see people with buckets. Yeah.
Okay.
In my research, I saw that. And then when I got there, and then I was afraid that they weren't going to let me like bring it in. I don't know. I was just afraid of everything. And then, but when I got there and like there was the first bike that I saw when I got there was like this really, really nice Cannondale bike. And it had a bucket next to it. And I was like, oh, this person knows what they're doing and brought a bucket. So I'm all good.
We're set. What kind of communication did you guys get? Like, were they like, all right, this is the time you need to get here to check in and we'll give you your bib and your tracking bracelet. This is what you can bring, what you can't bring. Was there a lot of stuff like that?
They have like a page on their website with a bunch of like rules. But like, I mean, honestly, because it was like one of those like no drafting, like you can't like bike right behind somebody, but like nobody enforced that. Like there's a bunch of rules they didn't enforce. And then like a few days before the race, they sent us an email that had like actual information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like,
okay.
Pick
That's
up
good.
And stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the communication wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like I know I struggled to find the address when I was trying to figure out how to go there. I was Googling it and trying to find any information on the race. And the thing with the rules is you have the rules for when like that one guy is like a problem. Then you can be like, look, you're annoying everybody. Here it is. But for the most part, it's like, all right, we already know things like that are going to happen. You just need to bust out some rules when like it's a problem, I feel.
Yeah.
And I think that they were the USA Triathlon rules that because it's like a sanctioned event, they have to put that out and just make that all known, even if they're not really like it doesn't really apply to this one. Like the Ironman races are going to have the same rules listed just because it's a USAT event, so
that makes sense. Yeah, that is cool. It was a sanctioned event. So you guys are members of USTA now, right?
Yeah, so I think.
Well, I don't think because like I paid for the.
I paid for the 1 day pass.
A 1 day pass, and I mean, otherwise it was like $100. So I just paid for the 1 day things. I mean, I don't think I am anymore, but
you can. Yeah, but we'll probably if you do another one, then you can just the day pass was only like $13.
Yeah.
So it kind of like made sense to do that then because I don't think I'm going to do another race within the next year. So like paying over I think it was like $60 or something for a year pass or $100 or something. It just didn't make sense to do that right now, but in the future.
That would be, I mean, we don't have that in weightlifting. Miguel, can you imagine that if you could just have like a day pass where like it's just the meet. You just pay for USAW membership to do the meet and then you're out. And it was like $10.
Maybe I would have never continued after that one meet. But no, we got the monthly membership.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And there never used to be a monthly membership. It used to just be like you're doing one meet ever or this year, you got to pay for the year, and then you do it. And then
I think it's
of course that
yearly
ropes
for
you
them.
into your next meet because, well, of course I should do another one. I paid for the membership.
Yeah, you gotta get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you guys show up to the race. Is there like a briefing before the swim? All right, you guys are going to go in heat 3, heat 4. Make sure you don't kick anybody. If you're not sure about this thing, ask for help. Were there any kind of things on like if you're not comfortable going with the crew, you can hang back? What was the instruction there before the swim?
Sorry.
Our
When you pick up your packets, our swim caps that we had to wear had the number of which wave we had to go in, but they said like if you want to go last, like in the last heat, so that there's not as many people in your way, then just wait till the end and go when I say heat 5. Like it wasn't as, they were pretty laid back about that.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, but then they said you just had to get like your body markings as you walked in, and they said bike check-in, but they didn't really check our bikes at all. They just wrote on our hands and arms and let us go into the transition area.
That's cool that if you wanted to hang back, because like I don't know about starting like, and you guys can tell us what was the experience like. There's just so many bodies in the water at the same time, and I hate getting splashed, and I already can't see, and I'd be wearing my glasses because my head's not going under the water. So just like that just sounds way too chaotic, and I also wouldn't want to get kicked or elbowed or something like that. So like I would just be like, all right, everyone's down there. It's just this one guy starting now. Like tell us about that.
So for me, the first time that we went swimming in the lake was, I wouldn't call it traumatizing, but it definitely was scary. Like,
yeah, I definitely had like a panic attack the first time we went into open water.
Yeah.
And like every time I would go up to breathe, I was like,
yeah.
This is in the lake, the race lake. You guys went there to try it.
But the first time we practiced in the lake.
It was like
how far did you guys swim out for your practice?
We went to the first buoy and then like cut across. Like we didn't do the full course.
The first, so that I think it was around like 0.3 miles or something. I don't know. My watch was in miles and then the race was in meters, so it was confusing. But that first time we were both like, okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine not ever practicing in the open water and then doing it the first time in a race. Like that, I feel like that's such a bad idea. Like, yeah, I'm glad we like practiced beforehand.
And then
is that lake really deep?
I have no idea, to be honest.
It's probably not, but like you can't touch it once you're in the middle. Like I didn't try.
Yeah.
And I wonder what creatures live in there too. I always think about that. What's swimming around in here with me?
I was like, I'm gonna get a brain-eating amoeba from this lake. That was my thought, but then it was fine.
I think those are more common down south. I think
for sure.
If you're in Texas, Oklahoma, you got to watch out for that. But I have seen that Netflix thing, the monsters within us, and that's one of the episodes is the brain-eating amoeba. It's like you swallow a little bit of water, and they're like, there's nothing we can do about this. This is this little
You're
tiniest.
Going to die.
Yeah, that's that'll keep you out of the water.
Yeah.
And then
I was like,
go ahead.
No, and then I was like, I've been in the ocean before. Like, I'll survive. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
one time when we went to practice at the lake, like I got so turned around and lost, I couldn't see any of the buoys, and I was like at the other end of the lake, and I like had no idea where I was, and finally like a lifeguard had to like kayak me back to the start. So like I was just really worried that would happen during the race, but I feel like we could see better.
Yeah.
There's lifeguards there frequently, or there's
Mm.
open times when you can come to swim?
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
non-race time?
So every Tuesday during the summer, I think it ends like this coming Tuesday is the last week or something. They have triathlon training all summer. So every Tuesday from what time is it? 6.
We started at
6.
6.
You can go and swim in the lake. And they
Okay.
have, so you pay like $20 if you're not a member, and then, or you could have paid for like the whole summer, and you can go swim in the lake and do the bike course, do the run course, and there's lifeguards on kayaks and paddleboards out during that time.
Well, that's good, because I thought you guys were just showing up and there's no one there but the
It's a
people that live
yeah.
around.
No, it's private, so that was the only time we were able to go. But it was nice that we were able to go and swim in the lake.
Back to what you were saying, Abby, it is crazy how easily you can get turned around in the water, because the water just takes you and you don't even feel it. You're like, oh, I'm in control. I'm going. I see my target. And then all of a sudden you're completely off course. When I'm at the pool and I'm just treading water, sometimes I'll play around and I'll be looking down the lane and I'll close my eyes and I'll open my eyes and I'm all completely turned around. And I didn't feel any of that. I thought I was just completely in place. I was doing everything. And next thing I know, I'm completely turned around. And like the water just takes you. So that's when like it pops in my head about how terrifying that would be, you know, being one of those people like you fall over the boat or you're just lost at sea. And it's like, yeah, you have zero control, even when you think you do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That was the
What was it?
hardest. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, keep going. That was the hardest part.
I think that was probably the hardest part, was like making sure you're staying on track.
Yeah.
Because it depend. Like there was one day that we went and it was really windy, and so depending on what direction, like going up to the buoy was okay, but then when you were crossing over to go down back to the other side, like the wind was blowing, so the water was just like lapping in your face the whole time. So like just, you know, the elements kind of, it was interesting. I was like,
was there
I
like
hope this doesn't happen.
a current that would like push you?
It wasn't too bad. It was only like the water was pretty still. And then once the boats, like the kayaks would go out, it would kind of make a little bit of a ruffle, but it wasn't too bad unless the wind, like it was super windy or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that one day. I was like, I hope to God it's not like this on race day.
Yeah.
How did things change when there were like, I don't know how many people were in your heat, 20, 30? Like all of a sudden there's all these bodies in the water. I had no idea where you guys were. Like I didn't know what heat you were in, and I was trying to pick everybody out. I'm like, is that Maria? No, that's not Maria. So I had no idea. Everybody looked the same in their suits and their
Yeah, because they made us wear the
caps.
same hat.
Yeah. But like, what was that like getting in the water and everybody's going now? Was that chaotic?
I felt like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it was just kind of annoying because, yeah, people would like elbow you and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like for the most part, we were like in our own space and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, people would like knock into you, and it just like slowed me down a lot because like I had to keep looking up to make sure I'm going in the right direction and like trying not to be in people's way. So like I don't know how people do that swim so fast because like it's just like there's so many extra steps you have to do than when you're like in a pool.
Yeah. Did you throw any elbows, Abby?
I don't think so. I try not to.
How about you, Maria?
That beginning part was definitely a little jarring for me. I started to like do the breathing for a little bit. So usually when we would practice, we were on the other side, like where we came out is where we would go in and come out. But they started us on the other side of the dock, and it was like the sand or whatever was at the bottom was really like grossing me out. So, but it was like, it felt like it was more mud than I don't know, sand, I guess. But I started like a little hyperventilating at the beginning because there was a lot of like feet in my face. But then once I got like probably out past the dock, everyone kind of, went ahead and was able to spread out. But I think that like if we didn't practice, that would have been so terrifying.
Yeah, like catastrophic. Like I feel like I would have drowned if we like didn't practice, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know.
It's good you guys practiced. We got through that first part, and they had a lot of people out there, and I did see the lifeguards redirecting someone who started to just go, just like almost right away, just completely to the right.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. They had those there.
Yeah.
And then you got out. You're on the bike. Luckily, it wasn't like a cold day. Like I don't know how that was. Like the water was probably cold, or maybe at that point you don't even notice it, and then you get out. Was there any kind of weird thing where you're like, I'm freezing right now, or are you just completely warm and in the game?
I just didn't feel like the temperature, really, honestly.
Mm-mm.
Like I just wasn't.
Yeah, like even the water, I didn't think it didn't feel as cold as it said it was. Because usually like 70 degree water, or like in the 70-degree water is freezing, but it did not feel that cold when we were swimming.
The adrenaline was going.
I guess so.
Well, and then you guys got through the bike, and then on the run, was that was your first time kind of putting it all together? Or I mean, you've of course done probably mini versions. Like, did you do any mini versions of it where you did a little bit of swim, a little bit of bike and run back to back, or is this the first time putting it all together on actual race day?
We did, like every week we would try and do a bike and then like run a mile or something after one of the days that we did the bike.
And then the course and ran a mile after it.
Yeah, like on that course.
Yeah.
So like that transition we did the week of the race. I like did the swim and then I jumped on my bike and did like 2 miles. So we kind of did little pieces, but we never put the entire thing together.
I think that's probably for the better, right? Like that would be if you like, oh, I'm doing the triathlon, but I already did the triathlon, a couple weeks ago.
None of the training suggested to do the whole thing, so I think we were like, we don't need to do the whole thing.
Yeah, better to find out and surprise yourself the day of.
And go ahead.
Oh no, keep going, Abby.
I was just gonna say, when you're like swimming in the pool, it was like it would be harder to do any of the transitions like after that because it would just be like annoying.
Yeah, you can't drag a bike down to the pool.
Yeah,
no.
Unfortunately.
Any challenges that you guys push throughout the race? Or was it smooth sailing?
I mean, it was hard, but like I just knew I had to finish. Like there was no option. Yeah, I don't know.
No choice.
Specific, yeah.
Yeah, I think the only little hiccup was right at the very beginning with this, like I said before, with the swim. And then the rest is just like once I got going, I was fine. It's just like you just have to finish each like part. I think everything went as smoothly as it could have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess we were more prepared than we thought we were, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you guys look like pros. You got out, got your gear, all that stuff, and then got on to the next piece. What went through your head as you saw the finish line and then eventually crossed it? Were you relieved, surprised, happy, sad? It's over.
I was definitely just relieved, like, to get it. Like, because I was so nervous about the swimming and, like, especially after, like, the CrossFit Games and stuff, I was so, like, worried about it. So I was so relieved to get the whole thing over with, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I was like, of course, that had to happen like the week of our race. So that just made us like even more nervous.
Yeah.
But they gave us bright caps like the day before. And then I think I was just happy to stop running, even though I didn't run as much. And then just be like, oh, it's done. It's over with. I think that last week of training, we were both like, okay, this just needs to be over with.
I was like ready for it to be done.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, tough timing with the events at the CrossFit Games, you know. And I mean, it's something that was in everybody's mind. You know, Miguel and I were talking about it all morning, and plus, you know, like on the sides, like you're just like a little nervous. You're like, all right, you're watching you're just watching everything like a hawk, just like probably way more invested in the swim part than you would normally be. But luckily, everybody was okay that did the race, and everybody finished and got through.
Yeah.
Miguel, what do you think? Any thoughts on all that Abby and Maria have said? Any questions you got?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I think I would want to do the training. I don't know if I'd want to do the triathlon anytime soon.
Really?
So if you guys are starting training up again anytime soon, I'll hop in. But I don't know about doing the actual thing. I'll do them in pieces.
Well, you don't want to put it all. I feel like once you're in it though, and the race is coming up, maybe you'll be like, you know what? All right, let me just see. You know, just take one at a time.
See, I'd rather have that where I'm like, oh, now that it's coming, should I? I'd rather that than sign up and then know that I have to do it.
Just have that burden on your shoulders the whole time.
Yeah, but it was awesome to watch for sure. It was very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. I don't think I've ever seen in person a race like that before. So that was spectator PR to see that. And it was cool to see some people were just doing, I think, just the run or just the bike or what is it, bike run and you don't swim? Is that, they have like different divisions?
They had like aqua bike.
Yeah, they had aqua bike.
Swimming and biking and you don't run.
Okay.
I believe.
I don't remember.
They had like relay. People did relay teams. So
the relay sounds cool. You know how that works.
You guys could do the relay if you wanted.
Yeah, we can get a team up.
Yeah.
Miguel and Mike on a little relay.
Yeah.
At a triathlon.
That?
Wow, that's team right there.
People are always like worried about the swimming, but like me and Maria like could not. I could not even swim down the lane without stopping to catch my breath. So like, I feel like if you just commit to going a couple times a week, like it's not a problem.
And I do feel like the swimming training helped like my aerobic, like my capacity to breathe when I'm doing any kind of cardio exercise. I noticed that like kind of early on in the summer. I'm like, geez, I can breathe better when I run now.
Yeah, it does in a very sneaky way because like you get tired while you're swimming and you get like a little out of breath, but normally you'd be drenched in sweat, and so you don't notice things the way you would if like you're just going out running all the time or on a rower or a bike, even though there's like all that physical exertion. It is really sneaky, and then you feel your arms getting a little like swimming strong, like strong for the water and things like that. It is a unique experience. Well, I can't ride a bike, so I'm out for the aqua thing, whatnot. So maybe if there's a stationary bike, we can do that.
Yeah.
Well, any other thoughts on your race, your training, anything in general, Abby, Maria?
Not that I can think of.
I think it went well for our first one.
I think it did too. I think it went swimmingly.
Yeah.
Look at what I did there.
My coworker was like, whatever you do, just keep swimming. Just think of Dory. I was like, oh God.
Think of Dory.
Yeah.
Just remember where you are though.
Yeah.
What
exactly.
You're doing. What's next? So will there be another triathlon, or are you guys going to try a new type of event or sport, anything like that?
I I think I'd do another one. I think we kind of talked about this. We kind of want to do like a regular sprint, one that has like a 12-mile bike and not an 18-mile bike, just to see, like, get a true, number on it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Abby?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to do another one. I just don't know like when, because like I don't know where I'll be like living next year. So like I don't want to commit to it. But I definitely, once I like settle down in one place, I would want to like go back to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Awesome. And there's other things coming up. There's the Albany CrossFit Combine, which is a different type of event and sport. Start your football training now, and who knows, maybe you're in a flag football league by the end of the year. Never know what's going to happen. Do they have to have those, right? There's flag football leagues.
Bunch.
Yeah, they do.
Here in Albany?
Yeah.
I think so.
And we don't have a team? We get a team.
No.
Miguel, what do you think about that?
Every time we bring up something, I know that that's the way I get injured. So
Yeah.
let's do states first, and then we can do other fun stuff.
Well, it's just because every like new activity, it just immediately goes to, well, we're of course going to go really hard on this. Like,
Yeah.
It's like if you're out there on that flag football field, like it's every game is the Super Bowl, like pulling it all out there. So I understand that. Yeah, we got to get through state championships first, and then take on other activities.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Abby and Maria, thank you for coming on. This has been a lot of fun, learning about you guys and learning about your race. And it is cool too. Like, you guys didn't know each other before CrossFit, right?
No.
So like, that's one of the most awesome things about CrossFit. We were talking about the community before. Like, you guys didn't know each other, and now like I feel like you're good friends. Like it's like you've met. Like it's almost seems sometimes like you guys have been friends for 10 years. But you guys have only known each other for a couple years. So it's just really cool to see the friendships that develop, as part of the gym and part of CrossFit. You guys have that shared misery together, doing burpees at the same time, assault bike and all that stuff. And then here you are doing a triathlon. It's awesome achievement. You guys kicked butt. It was great to see. We all know how hard you worked over the summer. Super proud of you. So great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Abby, Maria, where can people follow you somewhere? Like, are you guys big on social media? You're posting things, or should they just go to Albany CrossFit to see updates on you?
I have any. Go ahead.
I have Instagram, but I don't post much of anything every couple of years.
Probably for the best. That's probably a good practice to have.
Yeah.
And Abby, you're not I've been meaning to ask Abby for like 5 years now. Are you on Instagram? Because I can never tag Abby.
I used to have an Instagram. I don't have one anymore. So there's not many places you can find me. But
okay. All right. Again, I envy you. Like, could you imagine having no social media? Just no accounts. Man, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Get a lot of stuff done.
Oh yeah. Over the summer, I deleted off my phone for like a week, Instagram and Facebook. And Facebook hasn't returned. It's only on my laptop that I see what's happening. But it was a super productive week. It was so nice. But the only problem is like I have things I actually have to do on there. So it's like, and you can't post and do story stuff on the laptop. You have to do it on the phone. If they ever change that, it'd be off my phone in a second, because it was nice. It was so nice not having any messages or anything coming in from that stuff. And then I was sleeping great because you're not scrolling. No, it's all gone. It's all gone. Maybe I should put parental locks on some of my stuff and like give it to it's Miguel. All right, Miguel's got the code. Like, all right, I got to get on the Instagram. It's like, well, what time are you going to bed tonight? It's like, and he's like, all right, you got 20 minutes. Like that'd be cool if you give someone that your like parental lock thing.
Yeah. Oh, because you can set the like the timer thing, but I always click like ignore for today.
So I have it on like everything, and I'm like,
yeah. Again, it goes back to like you are an adult, and you're just like completely overriding your own parental control thing. It's fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Miguel, where can people follow you?
Yeah, just still on Instagram. Couldn't be Miguel. Mostly the Barbell Club repost though. So yeah.
Yep. Albany CrossFit Barbell Club, Albany CrossFit on Instagram. Follow me, James A. McDermott on Instagram. Follow the Barbell Strikes Back on Instagram, although not a whole lot goes on there because I have too many accounts. So awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on. We're closed tomorrow, but we'll see you again on Tuesday.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
See you guys on Tuesday.
See you in a
Well, not Maria. Won't be.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple weeks. I'm going away.
Oh, that's right. All right, Maria's going away. Did you put your account on hold?
Nah, because it's fine. It's only like 2 weeks. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I'll talk to Shai about it.
can...
Yeah, I can text him if I change my mind. But
Okay. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna hit end stream now. Thank you everybody for listening. Do a triathlon.
Yes.
And do the swim, practice swim before you do triathlon.
Biggest takeaway.
Big important thing. Yeah, big important thing.